So, KRAVEN the Hunter is the latest film in the Sony, Spider-Man, Marvel, whatever the Flark universe is called. I think it's the Spunk universe, whatever BS it's called. Directed by J.C. Chandor, and it tells a story of how KRAVEN the Hunter became, well, KRAVEN the Hunter. Before I continue on with today's video, I just wanted to say, welcome to my channel, everybody. For those of you who are coming by my channel for the very first time, be sure to hit the subscribe button so that it's a feature video, whether it's a feature review, a reaction, a top 5, or whatever I have coming your way, and join me on my journey to 10K subscribers and beyond, because believe me when I say this, guys, you are not going to miss the cool stuff I have coming your way. And for those of you coming back to my channel, welcome back, everybody. You have no idea how happy I'm to see your faces once again. And I'd like to apologize really quick. This review is very delayed. I do apologize for that, and I really do appreciate it. And I thank you all for your patience. Thank you all so much for waiting. Seriously, I really appreciate it. And one more thing as well. Let's start our conversation below. What did you guys think of KRAVEN the Hunter? Did you guys dislike the film? Did you like the film? Let me know below. Alrighty, guys, let's get into KRAVEN the Hunter.
Excellent!
I gotta tell you all, and I'm not even kidding with you guys when I say this, there are actually two, and yes guys, there are two, technically three, but really two redeeming factors towards this movie. Aaron Taylor Johnson is really doing his best to really carry this movie forward. I have always been a big fan of Aaron Taylor Johnson. That man has been one of my favorite actors for a very long time. I've always loved him in films no matter what he does. He just brings this charisma, this screen presence. Aaron Taylor Johnson is literally the thing that kept my interest in this movie, and he is the one thing that actually made this film not a complete dumpster fire. The action sequences, for the most part, I actually thought were competently directed action sequences, and when it came down to those hits, some of the hits, they were actually pretty freaking satisfying. Like, I was not expecting for at least one or two hits that actually would go, damn, that hurt. Is this movie worse than Madame Web? And I will say this. No, it is not.
Well, that's just fucking great!
But, with that being said, this was a movie that, if you guys can clearly tell from my tone right now, it is a movie that I really had no expectations for, especially how the last and how the previous films of the Sony Marvel universe have been going for. I mean, look at the 3 Venom films, look at Madame Web. I mean, it is a clear indication and a track record of possibly how these films could be going and could be continuing to go as if this franchise keeps going on. Maybe this movie could surprise me. It could be not so bad. Yeah, everybody else is so freaking bad. Russell Crowe, I actually didn't like him at all in this movie. Sergei's brother, I can't remember who his name was. Nikolai, I think. The person who plays Nikolai, I'm sorry. I found that whole dynamic to just be, quite frankly, non-existent. I mean, it existed. I'll say that much. It existed. But here's the thing. You could tell that it wanted to be like the emotional crux, the heart of the story, when really it didn't provide anything, as like I just mentioned. It just, existed. But I'm sorry for laughing now because I just cannot of laughter when I think about this guy. If you have seen the film, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, and that is the guy who plays Rhino in this film. And yes, Rhino is in this movie. The guy who plays as Rhino, oh my god, this dude, what movie was he in? There are straight up sequences where he is just doing this. Okay, I may have over-exaggerated a little bit right there, but it's pretty freaking close to what he does, I swear to God. There are just scenes in this movie that feel like they just go on and on and on and on. Like, it feels like they take just forever ever to end. There is a particular dialogue exchange between KRAVEN and I think her name is Calypso if I'm not mistaken, and there is this dialogue exchange into which they're going over something I can't even bother to remember what happens. But anyway, there is a particular point during this exchange that I actually mentally checked out of the film, and I actually lost focus of what was going on for at least a couple of moments. And as soon as I retained my interest again, or got my interest back in the movie, I didn't realize it was still going on. No joke. By the way, there are more scenes just like this where it just feels like that dialogue just keeps going on and on and on, just for the sake of, I guess, I don't know, padding out a runtime to over 2 hours long. This movie did not have to be 2 hours. This movie could have been easily, I don't know, an hour 45. You could have easily chopped off about 15, possibly even 20 minutes from this thing. There are just so many sections of this movie, guys, where it feels like that story details just do not matter, or once again, they're adding in story details just for the sake of, like I said, padding out the runtime. Specifically, guys, there is a character portrayed by an actor who I didn't expect to be in this movie. This guy did not be in this movie. No joke, guys. This actor did not have to be in this movie. I get he's a character in the Spider-Man universe, completely understand that, but this particular character, no joke, guys, had really no purpose being in this movie other than, I guess, one element, which I guarantee to you guys, if you had cut or written this part out of the movie, it would have streamlined this movie into much less of a bore than it was. Oh my god. Talk about boring. There are sequences in this movie where, I don't know how to describe it, but there are some odd, and I mean odd, choices made in some certain sequences, like, guys, choices that are so odd that generally I went from this
What the fuck?
to doing this. It's one of those types of films, and man, there were multiple times where, because of those odd decisions, I had to actually stop myself from laughing so loud. Like, I cannot believe some of the choices that were even made in this movie. Like, it just baffled me that it was actually an okay, and to say, cut, yep, print that, let's put that in the final edit. Gotta also talk about the terrible CG. I mean, oh my god, that CG was so bad. There are CG shots of not only animals, but of KRAVEN the Hunter doing these massive leaps that looked so cartoonish that once again, I started laughing so hard. There is a particular shot in this movie that involves the rhino with that bad CG.
Here we go.
So overall, is KRAVEN the Hunter worse than Madame Web? No, I don't think it is. But this movie is so bad. KRAVEN the Hunter is yet another failed attempt at bringing a Spider-Man villain into another solo film. And you know what? If this is the last one, from what I keep hearing, thank flarking God. All in all, I'm gonna give KRAVEN the Hunter a 1 out of 5. Please let this be the last of these movies. Please let this be the last of them. I hope you enjoyed my review of KRAVEN the Hunter. If so, please hit the like button, or if you dislike the review, hit the dislike button. If you guys want to see my previous 2 reviews, please click right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I'll see you all next time.